Good morning. Today is the 9th of January. Happy New Year again. We're in the local vigilance area again today. We're doing another pattern sweep today. Not sure exactly where because we didn't come out here with a set agenda, but it's also a little chilly, so we'll see how that works out. We're gonna get moving, hit the trail, see what we find. Is affecting the camera in a negative way again. We're checking a couple of spots on the backside of the mountain in local vigilance today, looking for signs of activity. Somewhere off in the distance there is hunting or something going on. I hear gunshots off there, but it's a ways away, so we shouldn't be coming into contact with it. But so this is a small former Beaver Pond or current Beaver Pond. I don't see a lodge in here right now, so I think it's former. But we've checked this in the past. There's the flattening of the weeds make me wonder if this is kind of like a bedding down area for certain ungulates, be they deer or moose. We have both in the area. But we'll see. Also, an interesting spot from a year or two ago, I think it was last year when I was here in the summer, there was a moment when I was over the hill with my drone in the air, and we possibly had a bear or something moseying around in here. And I was wondering, it's like the first time I've actually been in close proximity to a bear or something potentially of a hazardous nature when I'm stuck with the drone like 300 feet in the air. So we've had some interesting times in here. Seeing as this is a smaller area than the Green Mountains area is, it is actually, I guess what the word I'm looking for is condensed. It's a more condensed area, so it's easier to run across a bear in here. I was tracking on the way down the side of the mountain. I thought I found a bear track, but when I looked at it closer, it's it looked like 4 pads, but I didn't see any claws. When I post it to my Facebook page later, I'll show you. If you look really close, though, it's like 4 small paws. It's actually a squirrel hopping along in there. Interesting how one thing can be mistaken for another, though. So an interesting exercise in tracking had so far today. I just wanted to check out this area. It looks like there's been some bedding down in here. From the flatness of this particular area, the reeds are all crushed, as you can see. Well, I always do this the wrong way. Sorry. We're taking the scenic route, but there you go. All the weeds and things along the side of the pond are crushed by what I assume are some kind of, either over time or by something that's been here in the recent past, possibly bedding down ungulate or something. Could be their area, kind of like down on the backside of a hill and out of the way. But looks like we're all quiet here, so what we're going to do is kind of check over in that direction. Hold on, I guess I gotta, sorry, still over in that direction, and then we're going to head down the hill to another beaver pond and check out that area as well for any signs of life. And then we're going to move on. So while I'm doing that, I am going to take a segment break, as I do in my efforts to bring these things to you. And I'll come back on our way if I have anything of interest over there, but it's usually quiet. I'm just going to take a look down around the way. We might have to navigate a couple of down trees. We're going to take a segment break. I did the last time. I was here in the summer, and it was, well, early fall actually. And the camera, I'm going to, okay, never mind. I'll deal with it. The camera's doing the tilt thing again. But just to give a look of where we are at the moment. Just to give an overall sweep of the area. What we're on is what looks like the very old remnants of a trail, but not an official one because there's a lot of downed stuff, as you can see, in the way. We have to kind of navigate some of this stuff to get where we're going. Not overly difficult, but you have to kind of bob and weave through some of this, such as this right here. Go around this pile of debris right here, which, not too bad. A couple of off-trail diversions along the way, however. I've said in other videos, this area is prone to a lot of windstorms and the like, so a lot of debris and things like that's not uncommon. Today was actually, knock on wood, supposed to be more windy than it seems to be, so that's good because it's only in the mid-20s right now, so that would keeps the cold from being colder. So, not a lot of tracks that I'm seeing right now. More like falling ice debris, what we had last week. I haven't posted the video yet, mainly due to my own sluggishness, but last week we had a little bit of snow and a freeze. Sorry, a rainy day and a freeze, and it got cold, and then as the sun came up last week, you had the pitter-patter of like all the ice from the trees breaking off. Like a tree like this, all this would have been coated in ice, and it was all falling off. So this little pitter-patter in the snow right now is the impact from that. All right, I take that back. We have a deer track or two coming through, coming down to the stream for a drink. And I'm not sure what, but I am seemingly tracking something here. But what am I trying to figure out what this is? Probably the deer, but yep, it's a deer. With all the ice pattern, it was kind of hard to tell. You couldn't really find a pattern to the tracks. But, okay. We're falling into a pattern of downward debris again as I try to figure out the more navigable way through here. I might need two hands to get through this, so I'm going to take a segment break real quick. Had to do some minor climbing to get around that debris pile, but we're moving towards the Beaver Pond at this point. I'm not sure how high it is, but there's like a little weird land bridge thing that we have to cross over to get to the backside where I want to get to. So, kind of have to mind my footing here because it's rock. It's a big rock pile, and I see a hole through there. I don't want to fall through. That would suck. So, we're heading over into this area right here. So, actually, that's a good picture too, so bear with me 1 second. having technical difficulties. Sorry. Pick up my latex gloves from earlier in the pandemic that I had on my person. There we go. So, a couple of beaver chewed little trees here. Right. I think I'm getting that. Whatever. We're just going to do a run around the pond real quick, look for some signs of life, but it's looking pretty frozen, so. Yeah, the beavers have taken all the little, like, rootlings and things. Saplings, rootlings, is that the word? But, so. This is what we're going to briefly explore today around here. And yeah, that looks like it's pretty frozen over, if I'm being honest. There's your Beaver Lodge, I think. Or is that just a dirt mound? It's hard to tell if that's a Beaver Lodge or I'm going to assume it is. If I can get, damn it, that right there. But likely it is. And we're trying to remember where I launched the drone from in here, because I found a spot in the summer, but as of now, I'm not. There's a second little section over here, though. Maybe it was over here. But I think I'm good with the pond being basically quiet today. So basically, if we kind of go around these little trees right here, the pond kind of melts into the woodwork over there, and then we start going up the hill. And if you follow this up a ways, it's going to go to the high meadow. If you go up, you're probably covering 1,000 feet or so, but maybe a little more actually. And some minor hill climbing, but you'll be getting there. So right now, I know that I'm doing this like in a lot of segment breaks, but frankly my hands are freezing. So again, it's colder than it seems, so we're going to take a segment break and be back in a little bit. The pond is all quiet. Not really anything going on today. The wind kicked up a little bit. That's about all we have to speak of. Again, this is the area that we're in. Remnants of an old trail with a lot of down trees on it. You have to kind of, you can still use a trail for the most part, but you have to do some minor bushwhacking to get around trees that have come down over it over the course of time. These things will happen. But yeah, we're gonna head back up, and one of those days where being in a warm house might be a little bit nicer than being out. It's always nice to be out, don't get me wrong. But it is a little chilly today. So we're going to start making our way back. And we're going to probably segment break again, only because of the lack of activity. We may try to get the drone up for an intro on the way out. A couple of places to do that. We'll be back if something happens, but it's basically looking like a quiet day.